To a skylark, hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert.
That from heaven or near it pours thy full heart in profuse strains of unpremeditated art. Higher still and higher, from the earth thou springest, like a cloud of fire, the blue deep thou wingest, and singing still dost soar, and soaring ever singest. In the golden lightning of the sunken sun, o'er which clouds are brightening, thou dost float and run, like an unbodied joy whose race is just begun. The pale purple even melts around thy flight, like a star of heaven in the broad daylight. Thou art unseen, but yet I hear thy shrill delight. Keen as are the arrows of that silver sphere, whose intense lamp narrows in the white dawn clear, until we hardly see, we feel that it is there. All the earth and air, with thy voice is loud, as when night is bare from one lonely cloud. The moon rains out her beams, and heaven is overflowed. What thou art we know not, what is most like thee? From rainbow clouds there flow not drops so bright to see, as from thy presence showers a rain of melody, like a poet hidden in the light of thought, singing hymns unbidden till the world is wrought, to sympathy with hopes and fears it heeded not, like a highborn maiden in a palace tower, soothing her love-laden soul in secret hour, with music sweet as love, which overflows her bower, like a glowworm golden in a dell of dew, scattering unbeholden its aerial hue, among the flowers and grass, which screen it from the view, like a rose embowered in its own green leaves, by warm winds deflowered, till the scent it gives makes faint with too much sweet those heavy winged thieves. Sound of vernal showers on the twinkling grass, rain awakened flowers, all that ever was. Joyous and clear and fresh, thy music doth surpass. Teach us, sprite or bird, what sweet thoughts are thine. I have never heard praise of love or wine that panted forth a flood of rapture so divine. Chorus hymeneal of triumphal chaunt, matched with thine would be all but an empty vaunt, a thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want. What objects are the fountains of thy happy strain? What fields or waves or mountains? What shapes of sky or plain? What love of thine own kind? What ignorance of pain? With thy clear, keen joyance, languor cannot be. Shadow of annoyance never came near thee. Thou lovest, but ne'er knew love's sad satiety. Waking or asleep, thou of death must be. Things more true indeed than we mortals dream. Or how could thy notes flow in such a crystal stream? We look before and after, and pine for what is not. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell saddest thought. Yet if we could scorn hate and pride and fear, if we were things born not to shed a tear, I know not how thy joy we ever should come near. Better than all measures of delightful sound, better than all treasures that in books are found. Thy skill to poet worth thou's corner of the ground. Teach me half the gladness that thy brain must know, such harmonious madness from my lips
Should flow. The world should listen then, as I am listening now.
Let's start. To a skylark. So the skylark is a bird that most people would say you can't see it, but you can hear it because their song is so beautiful, but they fly really high.
Yeah. So you can't see it, you just hear the
So
sound.
there's that sense of divinity, like most gods in most cultures are like so high up, like you don't really see them, and the most you know about them is like statues, and basically that's why there's like usually priests or some sort of medium.
It's like a divinity, higher power. It's
Yeah.
like a higher power.
Kind of like mystical almost.
Okay.
Kind of goes along with the story of Rapunzel. 'Cause, like, she's high up in a tower where no one can see her.
A sense of isolation,
Yeah, sense of isolation,
isolation from society.
but also like of beauty as well. 'Cause
Hidden beauty.
Yeah, hidden beauty.
Up in the tower.
But then it also like refers to gods, like you were saying, because like it has all this word choice like heaven, spirit, higher,
Oh, hail to thee.
hail to thee, yeah.
Hail to the blithe spirit. Yep.
Yep.
So,
And that's the skylark.
and that's kind of like the tone throughout is heavenly.
Heavenly. So okay. Let's see. In the golden light of the sunken sun. Is that a sunset or is it a storm?
Well, I mean, it says lightning, which makes you think it's a thunderstorm.
But the thing about poetry is that I can't take everything literally.
Yeah.
But also it says, over which clouds are brightening, and the sun has already sunken.
Of the sunken sun. Like,
Of the
So
sun.
maybe the clouds are brightening because of the lightning, you know?
Yeah.
It gives off a flicker of light, so
Yeah.
it affects the
But-
clouds.
Or the sun is sinking and the rays are just like going through the clouds or
That too.
something.
I mean, it could be either one.
And then like the stanza after that also might provide evidence by saying the pale purple even.
Yeah, that's true.
The pale purple evening could be like the sunset colors, you know, of the sky.
So, going back to like the thunderstorm or the sunset, that I think both of them come to like the same point. Is that with the thunderstorm, that's already the darkness and like the bad times, which is I think the theme of the story is like there's always going to be bad times, but there's also going to be good times.
So it's like
The lark
good and
is
bad
the
things
lark is the
coexist.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
With the sunset, it's like the end of.
well, like the sunset, like with the sunset comes the darkness.
Yeah,
which
so
like
it's like
nighttime is usually more like
Mysterious.
like
Unknown.
bad,
I don't know.
unknown,
Creepy.
dark, creepy. Yeah, and so I
Like
think
all the paranormal stories you hear about.
yeah, and then like an unbodied joy whose race is just begun. It's the bird, like being there, being the good times and like happiness and
Probably
it's there for you.
remaining still in the darkness.
Yeah, well, it's like getting you through the hard times because it's the cliche, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's cliche, but
It works.
It also
Yeah.
kind of ties in with the divinity of the bird as well, because like it's like a holy light, I guess.
Yeah.
Like in the darkness of the night or
Yeah. So keen as are the arrows of that silver sphere. The silver sphere refers to the morning star, Venus.
so I think Venus, you can only see it like either at sunset or sunrise because it's so close to the sun that when it's before it's even up, you can see it because you don't see the sun. Maybe by him saying that,
Okay.
since like there's the bird, you can only see it through your dark times and like hear it. Well, okay, you can hear it singing all the time,
Yeah.
but you can't see it all the time. But maybe like through your darkest times, you can because it's like there to really help you like find.
Your way.
Yeah. So
Yeah. All the earth and air with thy voice is loud, as when the night is bare.
Wow.
The
Maybe
rain.
it's like the thing that you said that you hear it all the time, but you can't see it. But maybe at night you see it. So it's like
The bird rains out its beams, her
Alright.
beams, and heaven is overflowed.
and heaven could refer to the lark. Like that could be
The
the
moon's
sign
beams
of the lark in the
showing.
night.
maybe when you see the lark, it's like you going like diving into your like subconscious, in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know, bringing
Yeah.
psychology into this.
What thou art we know not, what is most like thee. From rainbow clouds there flow not drops so bright to see.
we said that the shift was here at after line 35 because we in this first part it's kind of like light and airy a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the
And
second
then-
part is a little bit.
It kind of starts to get darker and like we could kind of reference that to weather because it does say rainbow clouds, it's bright to see, showers of rain of melody, which is kind of like springtime or
Ish.
springtime.
Springtime-ish.
Transition into spring. How about that?
Yeah,
Transitions into like a more spring-like spring quality.
yeah.
And then there's a reference to Rapunzel in lines 41 through 45.
Yeah. Because like a highborn maiden in a palace tower, Rapunzel's in a palace tower high up above.
The lark is Rapunzel.
But, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh,
And
and
then-
like people like want it. Like they're like, I need a good time right now because I'm not doing so well. Please come down here. Come help me.
The lark.
Up down your head.
And like the highborn maiden in a
Escaping from
palace
society
tower
by going to Rapunzel's tower.
with music
like that.
sweet as love. I guess Rapunzel sings down in this case. and it's like the lark. You can't see it, but you can hear.
Yeah, because Rapunzel does sing.
Like a glowworm golden in a dell of dew, scattering unbeholden its aerial hue. So it's like morning.
This is morning because like the glow-warm golden, that's like the sunrise, and then the dell of dew. Dew usually comes in the morning. It's like morning dew.
Morning dew in the sunlight. Yeah.
And then
And then, like a rose embowered in its own green leaves, by warm winds deflowered, till the scent it gives makes faint with too much sweet those heavy winged thieves.
So
the
by
rose is hidden by the green leaves, just like the bird is hidden
Hidden
by
in
the clouds
and the
because
sun.
and the sun.
and the sun. And then by warm winds deflowered till the scent it gives. So maybe this is like the part where it's showing that the bird is seen, like this is the part where the bird is seen
Yeah.
in the darkness. I guess that's like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, despite the leaves, like, covering the road.
So when it says praise of love or wine, wine could be pleasure because when you need a time off, you drink some wine. Well, okay, if you're an adult, but it says teach us sprite or bird. So sprite meaning spirit. What sweet thoughts are thine? I've never heard. Praise of love or wine that planted forth a flood of rapture so divine. So that could be saying like love or wine can't compete with the song of the bird because it's so sweet and pure and divine. A chorus hymnal, that's like, a hymnal is like a Greek god of marriage. And then triumphal chant, that's like a triumphant chant.
Yeah.
Like a loud celebratory chant.
Yeah.
Matched with thine would be all, but empty vaunt. A thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want.
So it seems like he's saying, the poet's saying that everyone has something missing in them, like this empty void they can't fill until they meet this lark.
And the
like
lark
this
song is what fills the void. that
They're
the
not
person-
necessarily a lark song literally, but like
Yeah.
something like the lark song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Something beyond
Something-
usual comprehension.
Something
Yeah.
beautiful and divine and
So marched with thine would be all but an empty vaunt. So you can't always tell what people are going through, and so like you never know. Like the empty vaunt kind of seems like
Something hidden.
hidden like dark
A big
place in
flaw.
everyone that everyone has, and so that connects to line 90. Yeah.
our
Where-
sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought.
Would you like to explain?
Okay, so it's kind of like saying like I guess the happiest, like the happier you are, it comes from like within from a dark place because something bad has happened. So it's like happiness is hiding the sadness in a way.
That combination. The positive and the negative.
Yeah. And so
And like, yeah. It's like a triumphant, like, I don't know, it feels like if you think of wars, when like soldiers come back, like they always play like triumphant marching songs, and like everyone's happy and stuff, but then like you see like these shell-shocked looks.
yeah.
If you look very closely, you see like shell-shocked looks. Some like soldiers look dazed. Some soldiers look in the midst of like they're still at war. And they're seeing like the corpses of their comrades.
Yeah, and also like LSD. I mean
PTSD.
PT.
So it's like post-traumatic stress disorder. It's like, I guess, in a way.
I swear I'm not doing that. Okay.
Um,
So what would y'all say the central idea is?
I think the central idea is the lark song is it's basically the lark song is the central idea, and it's like timeless. It's positive. It's a positive force, and it's like a positive. It's not like your ordinary positive force. It's not. It's like
Something deeper.
an euphoria way beyond human comprehension.
Yeah, and
Considering it keeps being alluded to being divine.
So maybe something kind of like in your darkest times, there's always gonna be that like divine light
or
that's
just,
gonna
or just that, not necessarily divine. There's just gonna be something that helps you get through it.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. And like the lark is that
The
light at the end of the tunnel for this
or the
the poet.
poet. Yeah.